everyone, it's Q&A time. First one is from Rachel Amy. I'm not going to read out everybody's names, is that okay? Or maybe I'll do screenshots of things. Here we go. Oh no, I've turned my phone off now. Does anyone else have the iPhone Plus like this? And every time they go to take a screenshot, they just turn the phone off. It drives me insane. Okay, Rachel Amy says, why did you choose the name Angelica? It's such a beautiful name. That's the name of my baby girl. I've always just really liked it ever since I was very little. And then when I was pregnant, we couldn't really think of any names. It's really difficult thinking of names. And we didn't know whether we were having a girl or a boy. And then one day we were just walking along and it popped back into my head. And I said, if we're having a girl, we were sure that we were having a boy. But I said, if we do have a girl, that's what I want to call her. What are your top high street shops? Now, are we talking beauty or are we talking fashion? I have a little circuit that I do if I go into town. I go to Oxford Circus, I get off at the Tube, and then I do Topshop, I do the big H&M, I might pop to Zara, but that's a little bit of an extra walk. And then for shoes, I always go to LK Bennett, but they're not really high street, I suppose. Are they considered high street? I'd say they're price-wise, they're more luxury or somewhere in between. I always go to Whistles for clothes as well. Where else do I go? I do a lot of online shopping. So those places, because I know that my size is always going to be the same for Whistles and LK Bennett, I'll usually order those online so that I don't have to go into town. But yeah, Topshop and H&M, if I'm going to go high street, I will always go there. And they're very handily right outside the Tube entrance as well. So that makes things a little bit easier. Will your husband ever appear in one of your videos? No, he won't. Now, lots of people are very interested in this, but it's not a very interesting story, to be honest with you. He's never going to be in a video, I don't think, because he just doesn't like being on film, and he has his own life and his own job, and the kind of thing that he does as well just wouldn't, I don't know, it just wouldn't really be that appropriate for him to be on my videos. And he likes just being very low-key. And in fact, most of my friends and family refuse to be on videos as well. And most of them don't watch YouTube. So they're just not part of this world. And I'm kind of fine with that. I don't mind it too much. The baby doesn't really come on videos that much because, for the same reason, I suppose. But because she's with me a lot, it's kind of hard for her not to be on them. Hi Ruth, any chance you can do 1:30 on Sunday? That's not a question, that's from the pub. I'm trying to book a table. Have you ever tested any Paula's Choice products? Yes, I have, and I really like them. They do, I'm not going to be able to remember the name of it now, but it's kind of like an anti-aging toner, and that's really nice. There's a really good salicylic acid kind of liquid wipe for people with acne and blocked pores. That one's really good. Lots of very good stuff. Katie says, how's the Magnum ice cream obsession going? It's going strong. If you're not in the UK and you don't know what a Magnum is, it's like ice cream ice lolly with a thin layer of hardened chocolate around it. A choc ice, itchy nose. A choc ice basically, but a posh one, and they're really, really nice. But I've had to downgrade my obsession because it was getting ridiculous. I was having a full-size Magnum every single night. That was when I was breastfeeding a lot, and I think that I was just always hungry, and every night I used to have one, and it was like my end of day treat. I've downgraded and I'm trying only to have a mini one, which is about a quarter of the size, on Fridays and Saturdays. Sometimes Sundays and Thursdays, but we don't have any in the house at the moment, so I won't be having one tonight. Alex White says, if you could have personally witnessed any event, what would you want to see? People don't maybe know this about me, but I really love the Tudor period, and I have this fascination with Henry VIII, even though it's a bit grim, I suppose, because he kept killing his wives off. But I really have a fascination with that period in time. So I suppose something like maybe his coronation, or one of the coronations of one of his wives, something like that. Just anything within that time period, just to go back and see how it was and how it was different. Some of these I'm skimming. Sorry if you've asked a question more than once, I'm kind of skimming. If baby AMR had been a boy, what would you have named him? What a good question. Well, we both had Harrison quite far up our list of boys' names. Mr. AMR really likes unisex names or girls' names as boys' names, and he liked Kelly, but I didn't like that at all for a boy. So Harrison was on the top of the list, and do you know I might have the list of names in my iPhone. Let's have a little look, shall we? Where are we? Let's go back to May and June last year. Okay, Mr. AMR won't agree with any of these. This was my private list. For a girl, we had Ray, R-A-E, and that is actually Angelica's middle name now, Angelica Ray. We had Ted for a boy, or I had Ted for a boy. Angie for a girl. George for a boy. Billy for a boy. Jesse for a boy. I think that was Mr. AMR's one. William, which I love, just very classic. And then I did this in late May, so a couple of weeks before she was born. I've got my shortlist for girl and boy. Angelica Ray for girl and Harrison for boy. So there you go. Fashion Hoobaloo says, what are some of your goals and milestones you wish to reach in the next 2 to 5 years with respect to your YouTube channel and blog? Interesting one. I am constantly berating myself and feeling like I'm not doing things well enough. So I suppose I'm never going to get out of that, and that's the kind of thing that keeps me going. So just more of the same but better, I think. And I'd like to do, I think you can really easily get into a rut and just do the same things over and over again, you know, the same makeup looks, the same types of videos. And it's really tiring thinking of new and interesting content. So it's very easy to get into a rut. And since I've had the baby, I've really tried to do new things and really think about new types of videos that I want to do. So I suppose just thinking more along those lines and keeping things very fresh and very new. I'd like to do more baby stuff and kids stuff, but I'm fighting this constant battle with myself about whether to do it on this channel or on a new channel. And I know everybody said just do it on this channel, but one of the funny things about YouTube is that you can have 2,000 positive comments about something and 2 people say something bad, and it's those people, for some reason it's like this mental thing, those will be the people that will stick in your head. So I do want to do more of that stuff, but I just need to find a place to put it, and I don't know whether I will put it on this channel or something else. Only time will tell, but very good question. And I don't know whether you've seen my baby blog, which is theuphill.com. I really want to work more on that, but I don't want to start doing less on a model recommends. So I need to find some more time in life, don't I, really? Okay, how do you stay productive as a stay-at-home working mum? Also, what salon treatment or laser is worth the splurge? I don't really like the idea of invasive treatments and lasers and things like that. They just don't sit well with me. I've never had anything done. I had a little thing, like mole thing, removed off my nose once because it was weird and going weird, and I just thought, I'm not having that. So I had that kind of zapped with this needle thing, and that disappeared and dried up and fell off. I mean, I'll never say never, but I just don't like it, and I don't like the way everybody's starting to look with things as well. So I wouldn't recommend any kind of invasive stuff. I'd be a hypocrite if I did. Salon treatments, I love a really good hands-on facial that's more about massage than it is about the products, if you know what I mean. So not ones from brands that are like, oh, let's sell in our mask scrub, 3 different types of cleanser, 3 different types of serum and moisturiser. More the ones where you have a really amazing therapist who just knows how to work with your muscles and make your skin look completely lifted and beautiful. And Amorovixa always do an amazing one. They don't do them permanently, but when they kind of have these pop-ups and you have to get in there quick. And I will ask them when the next one was, and I must do a post about that actually on my blog, because it's just amazing. And what was the other question? How do you stay productive as stay-at-home working mum? I've just always been very, very disciplined. Unfortunately, that's not a very helpful answer, I suppose, but I've always been doing something alongside something else. And if I don't have too much to do, I'm not happy. So I think I'm just one of those people that's very fidgety in that they have to be doing lots of things. Just practicing at being focused. I think doing degrees and doing the academic stuff really makes you, afternoon Mr. Magpie, it makes you really focused and not distracted by anything. If you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? It would probably be Indian food, but kind of home cooked, beautiful, dry fried spices, amazing flavour type Indian food, not Indian takeaway food. That would probably be it, because it's just so diverse and there are so many different dishes, and it's so lovely and healthy and just so tasty. Oh, I might have to have that tonight now. How are you feeling about the big birthday coming up, Angelica's? I was going to say I'm not 40 yet. I was excited and sad at the same time with my boy. Oh, I am excited, but yeah, I'm really, really sad. And every day I keep looking at it thinking, don't grow up so fast. It's such a crazy roller coaster kind of ride, isn't it? Bad hair or bad outfit? Oh, I think bad hair, you can just scrape it back, or does this mean that you've got to go out with really bad hair? Do you know, if my hair could be really amazing and all my makeup really amazing, I almost wouldn't mind what I was wearing, because I have been on fashion shoots before where they've made me look $1 million and then just put me in the crappiest outfit, but I've still felt okay. So maybe that's the answer. 20 minutes! Better go and edit this and put it up. I'm pretty sure it won't be 20 minutes when it goes up, because I've blathered a lot, haven't I? So thanks for that. Thanks for your questions. We'll do this again, and I shall see you next time.